Okay, we're back. Welcome to the Orion Focus, our podcast. We wanted to bring this back. It's been a year. We literally did our first podcast audio recording a year ago, March 26th. I know we kind of gave the overview and the history. You guys can listen to that if you want to. Obviously, video is the thing now, and we want to bring you guys
more content
and knowledge and kind of our perspective of everything that's going to improve you live a better, healthier, more sustainable life. It's kind of what we're all about here.
It's all about lifestyle change.
It's the mindset. It's not like the diet. It's
that way with everything.
The belief in yourself. And that's the thing that's most overlooked when you're trying to, you think you have to follow this diet and then get these results, but like you have to change to form into the person that's following that diet.
Yeah, I tell clients all the time, whatever you've done up to this point has created a 200-pound version of you, and you want to change that. So you got to change the things that got you there, not necessarily just go on a diet. When you go on a diet, and even if you're really successful, and then you get off the diet, you're going to do the things that produce the 200-pound version of yourself.
Yeah.
You got to change those habits over time. And
learn how to maintain, stress.
Yeah.
Teach yourself new coping skills.
There's always hurdles.
Because I think a lot of people gain some weight back, and then you're just like, oh, I'm embarrassed.
You start with one cheat meal.
100%.
Oh, I fucked up on Friday night.
Might as well.
Screw it, I'm not going to be on my diet anymore.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I really hate calling what we do a diet anymore.
Yeah.
It's definitely change of lifestyle to produce results that you want. And whether that's be healthier, be on the floor with your children, or, go hiking with your kids, or whatever. I've heard a million different motivational things that have nothing to do with actual weight or the mirror or the scale, but mobility, just overall health. It's a big deal.
Reversal of diabetes, type 2. Yep. Had that.
When you tell people you can remove hunger from their life or get them off their diabetic medication, they think you are trying to sell them snake oil. We've done it a bunch of times now with a bunch of different clients, and
dozens. I mean, at this point.
Yeah,
dozens.
And I'm over 100 clients.
Especially from when you
did it in the past. I did it for just fun. We were going to talk about the evil ketogenic diet today.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And all the negative connotations to it, all of the, rumors and myths and, the vitriol, if you will, about, staying to or sticking to some sort of ketogenic diet. Most people have tried it for a short period of time, did it the incorrect way for the most part. With the clients I've asked directly, they think they know what they're doing, or they're doing more of an Atkins diet. And it doesn't work because they don't do it correctly, or they don't do it for a long enough period of time. And therefore, the ketogenic diet is bad for you. And then you always yo-yo and end up gaining more weight. And I've heard it all. But if done correctly, the ketogenic diet is sustainable. And it's one of the many tools you can use to maintain a body that you want, or the health that you want.
That and your specific version of it.
Yeah. Most people think the ketogenic diet is based on removing carbs from your diet or your life. And while that's part of it, it's not even the most important part. The most important part to the ketogenic diet is increasing fat intake to what people that don't know what they're talking about consider an unsafe level.
Right. Well, we've been conditioned to learn everything is no fat, fat-free, whatever.
Makes you fat.
Right. Fat makes you fat. Yeah.
It's almost like it's intentionally called fat.
Well,
make you fat. Everyone thinks. Yeah. It's
but
very weird.
It is weird.
What conspiracies you believe? How deep that rabbit hole you
Don't make me put my chin on.
Yeah, Big Pharma wants you fat, right? Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they want to
buy more drugs.
You buy more drugs, you buy more unhealthy food. Yeah, of course. Why do you think organic produce is like hundreds of dollars even before inflation?
Yeah, healthy food is expensive. Crappy food is cheap. You think that's an accident?
Right.
The sugar and everything. But so increasing fats is important, more important than necessarily removing the carbohydrates. And we've been using a formula that's worked for dozens and dozens of clients, and that's double the fat to protein intake and then keeping your carbs below 20. Do I do that every day? No. Does every client I have do that every day? No. Is it a regular thing? 8 out of 10 days? Yeah. They've changed their lifestyle to remove most of the sugary carbs from their diet, and they've learned to eat more healthy fats. And over time, this leads to rapid weight loss, and somehow it gets a bad rap for helping people lose weight extremely fast. When I tell people I've had clients lose 30 pounds in 30 days, I don't know, they think I'm lying. I don't know.
Yeah, or you're doing something unhealthy.
Yeah, or you're doing some sort of drug.
Nefarious.
Yeah, it's eat fats, reduce carbs, get rid of sugar completely, And use some more exercise than you're doing. Be less sedentary, because over time everyone gets sedentary in their adult life. So move more, eat less carbohydrates, and do that for more than just 5 days. Well, most diets people stick to for 14 days. You got to push through plateaus, and a lot of times the scale isn't moving, but the mirror looks better. It works if you do it correctly, but the problem for most people is that they don't do it correctly by my book. Now, not that I'm end all be all, but I have helped dozens of people lose literally tons. You know the math.
Yeah.
Literally,
the last time I
we're well over
calculated, and we're
2,000 pounds.
the last time I calculated,
It's cool to say when you
2,200.
we should add them all up. And I did some quick math. And
Yeah.
It's definitely over that. But somehow, again, it gets treated as it's unsafe or unhealthy. I have had many clients have their blood work tested, before they ever started with me, and then again after they've been doing my program for 6 months or a year. And almost always we've had a few outliers, but almost always it comes back much better. And it's not necessarily due to the diet, but it's due to the body fat being reduced dramatically. We've talked about this. One of the things we want to cover is I have seen where while you're losing a bunch of body fat that you've stored over however long, while you're burning that stuff up, you have to run it through the engine somehow. Whatever that fat storage may have been comprised of has to get burnt. And sometimes there is a negative effect on short-term negative effect on cholesterol, but not a long-term one. Once you hit your goal weight, or once you're to a healthy weight range, your cholesterol usually balances out. And again, I think that's one of the reasons it does get a bad rap. It's because people say, "Oh my God, my LDL and HDL aren't doing what they're supposed to." The doctor said I gotta, start eating more protein, less fat. Well, if you want to burn fat, you got to consume fat. That's just how it works.
So you're switching fuel sources.
It's just one of those negative things people think about something they think is hard.
Yeah.
I know if it's a hard thing, you're gonna villainize it, right? If it's hard, let's just say it's not healthy, and then we won't ever have to try that again. For most people, most of my clients, they get peer pressured eating carbs. It's the craziest thing. You can sit down, and I've said this a million times, you can sit down and have 5 cheeseburgers and all the fries and a milkshake in front of their family, and nobody will say boo. But the moment you say I'm fasting today, or nothing here fits my diet, oh, you're starving yourself and you're being unhealthy.
Yeah.
It's a very weird problem to deal with.
9 times out of 10, the person that's saying that is severely overweight. They would be considered morbidly obese to today's standards. Which doesn't take much.
No,
that's a whole different topic.
In itself, just look around. You look at the statistics. Most Americans are overweight. A lot of them are obese. They're gonna pick on you or ostracise you when you're trying to be healthy and lose weight. It's, I don't know, something like 35% and 70-some% overweight. Tell me that's not intentional.
Yeah.
I get my cap off. They're trying to be controversial.
This is the Orion conspiracy.
Yeah, no. Renaming the podcast the Orion conspiracy.
I'll make a branch. Don't worry.
It is so much true when you think about the Ozempic thing.
Oh,
you
said we weren't going to offend people today. We're going to have a soft open.
Well, yeah, people get offended really easy. I know. I usually don't try.
That's another thing that I will say about your approach to this whole thing, and why I'm still here, is because there's no sugarcoating. This is what you need to do. I don't care. This is what you're paying me for. This is what you signed up for.
So the problem with the sugarcoating things is it slows the whole process down. I'm going to take it easier.
Puffing me up emotionally is why I've been able to do all of the things that I've done since I came into your coaching, and why I'm still sitting here. Because you changed the inner workings of my head.
It's a mindset shift.
Yeah.
I don't claim to be anything special. And if I thought I was special, I'd probably be doing all this social media shit a long time ago. You know the imposter thing, but when I just tell people to do things differently than they've done before to get a different result, and I give them a way to do that, or a suggestion at least, it helps.
You can be harsh.
Yeah, I definitely I've been accused of that many times.
Yesterday when we were talking about this, I was glad that you cared enough about me to hurt my feelings.
Yeah, that's one
because
of the
you hurt my feelings so many times, but nobody has ever held me this accountable. I need somebody to be like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah. What are you eating? What are you doing now? What are you doing now?
Let me see your blood numbers.
Let me see your numbers. What the fuck? Where's your numbers? That's what I needed. And nobody had ever held me to that level of accountability before.
And then I stopped doing it, and what happened? You went back to your old eating habits, and you gained the weight back. So now we're
not all of it.
No, of course not. But now we're back on. Yeah,
hurting people's feelings is your job.
Well,
because that's what gets them to get out of this cycle of sucks that they're in.
Absolutely.
That's what I call it.
Again, sugarcoating anything when it comes to my kids, my employees, my clients. I don't ever really intentionally or intend to be most of the time. Telling somebody that it's okay to cheat today or
Or it's okay that you did that.
No, it's not okay.
Right.
I know the first it's not okay, but it's okay that we're going to keep moving. Everyone fails. Everyone falls off. Everyone slips up. Everyone has Johnny D's when they're not supposed to. Yeah, I'm talking to you. It happens. So the idea that I'm harsh or that I don't let it slide or I call people out when their numbers are shit gets the results I've gotten. And that's usually pretty productive over the first 60 to 90 days with my clients. And then obviously my long-term clients, you've been doing the interviews with them. How many people do you know that have lost 100 pounds? It's not easy to do, and losing it's one thing, but they're keeping it off because it wasn't a diet.
No,
It's
they
a new
changed
lifestyle.
their whole life around it.
They want to exercise and they look forward to find something. You know what? It's weird. I hated this goddamn bike when we started, and now I look forward to getting on the bike. I'm like, yeah, because you know the benefits now. It's hard to see.
You know how you feel after.
I stole that from Jim Rohn. I think he said that when you can show somebody the prize, it's easy to get them to do the work. That's not easy to do a lot of times, but I have figured out a way to push people in the correct direction for long enough and be persistent enough to get results. That's why I'm here.
In the online coaching world, coming from somebody who has been a part of it,
I didn't even really know it existed
previously. I mean, I've hired coaches in the past, and I paid hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month for them to send me a meal plan document, have me send my pictures and my weight to them once a week. And that's it. That's it.
I think probably a lot of people think that's something similar to what we got going on, and I bet some of my clients would love that. Checking in once a week is a maintenance.
Right, and that you move to that once you,
And I have a handful of clients that need maintenance, and they just check in once a week. That's maintain where we got you to. But to get there, in my opinion, it takes a lot more work. As a coach, it takes a lot more work than just saying, hey, eat this stuff.
Yeah.
And that's another one of my problems. I don't necessarily do this for money. And sometimes it's frustrating. It's not exactly easy, when I got clients that, keep slipping up or whatever. Not going to mention any names, but I find it a challenge and I enjoy it.
Did you log your food? No. Did you do that yesterday? No.
No.
Are you still fast?
That needs to go log in now.
Okay. Next day. So you logged your food today? No. Okay.
Well, it goes from okay to, what do we got to change here? You can't just keep not doing the things and expect results. Because then you make me look bad. That's the other thing too. Not that I give a shit really, but like if you're not going to do what I'm asking you to do, you're going to pay me to tell you what to do and then not do it. I did your program for 6 months and I didn't lose weight. Well,
and I think you're personally invested in it more than you lead on. Like you do take it personally. When somebody comes to you and you're like, I can't play with my kids, I can't do anything that I wanted to do, they tell you their whole story. I mean, you get on board with them. You're like, okay, like this is my goal.
You got situations where, clients making really good progress and maybe they want to, they think they're ready for maintenance or whatever. And I'm like, just give me like 2 more weeks. I don't want to see you slip up. I've had people, I lost my job. I can't pay you anymore. And I've, said, okay, we'll let the invoices slide. I care more about the results than the money a lot of times. And I know that's not a great business practice, but I do get personally invested. Yeah, it matters to me because again, not only do I enjoy this as a hobby, I like helping people in general, but I'm seemingly good at it. And who doesn't like to do things that they're good at? Right? I don't know. It sounds kind of weird to say it like that, especially, on fucking camera, but I enjoy helping people do what I'm good at doing, and that's losing weight or helping them lose weight.
Getting people into a regimen too. I mean, that's huge.
My clients can attest to that. Every morning at 4:45 or 5:30, somewhere in that range.
Every day, holidays, weekends,
Christmas, Thanksgiving,
literally,
whatever. There's no reason you can't get up and do your exercise or plan your meals or do your shopping.
Weigh in, get on the scale.
Get on the scale. Test your blood. Make sure you get your kit with you. All day, every day, and that turns into results. And at the end of the day, when you can see results quickly, the success rate is much higher.
Oh yeah, because you want to keep going.
Right. And even if you're not losing the weight on the scale, again, a lot of times you look in the mirror and you're like, "Holy shit, got this weight up." People don't realize that even if the scale doesn't change, your body's still.
Well, I was stuck between the same 3 pounds for a week, and I could physically tell that my weight is coming back.
That's probably the second or third most motivational thing.
100%. 100%.
Pictures are probably second or third. The biggest that I've seen across the board is when somebody else says, "Hey, you look good today. Are you losing weight? Or what are you doing to lose weight?" Or when you start getting compliments from the outside source, it's like, oh, somebody else is seeing my work.
Yeah.
It's like showing off a painting. Like, oh, I have been putting in all this work. I've been exercising every day.
You notice?
I've been counting my calories. I've been logging my food. and now somebody else is seeing it, and I think that's super motivational to a lot of clients. And then they're like, okay, I want to do another fast, or I'm going to do an extra workout today. I'm going to do a lunch instead of sitting with the ladies. Whatever the case may be, one habit leads to the next, leads to the next. So far, I produced plenty of good results.
What would you say to somebody that wants to sign up for your program?
If it's a financial commitment issue or whatever, just go talk to my past clients. Shoot us a message. We'll put you in the group with our clients, or put you in contact with some past clients just to get a feel for what it is and who I am as a coach, I guess. The other option too is to just take a look at the FAP program. That has a lot of the basic tenets of what I do, or what I push, or what I encourage people to do. So if you just want to do the 30 to 60 minute consultation to see
you'd be a good fit, or you'd
like or hate me, I don't know. I have a pretty good close rate if I get somebody on the phone and explain the program to them.
I tell people that.
Well, it's true. I mean, it's true. I used to think that means I'm not charging enough money. Like, if everyone after talking to me wants to sign up for the program, is that a good or bad thing? I guess it's good. That's what we're trying to do over here, is
change
lives.
Well, you're making it. You're not selling anything. Like,
if you want to help to change, I'm your guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to force you to change yourself.
No question.
It's you gotta want. It's all there is to it. I like to talk about the I've had it moment. I've heard all the people getting insulted.
Oh.
And being like, I've had it. Or I had a client tell me that a kid just told them how fat they were.
Kids have no shame.
No, it was an innocent kid, but like, he told me that, I'm twice as big as my sister or whatever. And it was like, bang, a sobering moment.
Have a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
He'll tell you about it. He'll tell you, Mommy, you got a squishy belly. That's so big.
Sometimes it's, having to buy 2 airline tickets.
Yeah.
It's something I never thought that would be right. I can't go to a sporting event because I can't fit in a seat. Are you kidding me? Like, it's something I never considered to be an aha moment,
or even a struggle. Like, that's not
something I would never consider.
That is life.
Absolutely. Clients have to get on some sort of glucose modification drug, and they're like, I don't want to take drugs for the rest of my life. I better get my shit together now, and I need a coach, or I want a coach. Usually when people have had their aha moment is when they come to me, because they've tried everything, or they've tried this, or they've tried that. Most people know what to do. They just...
Oh, yeah. You always say, I'm always the last stop on the train. Always.
No, I'm never the first option. They're the first option for losing weight or getting healthier or getting on any sort of regimen. You've tried and you've failed, and now you want help. And that's where I come, I guess. And so it's funny because I look at it as a challenge, like I said, but it's always, well, I've already tried that. Okay, we'll try it my way.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, obviously what you didn't work. So that's what you call it.
I haven't heard the great lettuce debate yet.
We'll get me started on bucket lettuce.
Chicken's even better.
The chicken. That's a prime. Chicken is a prime example. They think chicken's great because there's no carbohydrates, but there's no fat. And if you're trying to teach your body to use fat for fuel,
unless you want to drink olive oil.
If you want to start with chicken, that's fine because it doesn't have carbohydrates. Right. You have to get your fats up too. So that means, fat coffee or MCT oil. I mean,
yeah, we encourage you to eat bacon, but avocado, healthy oils.
MCT oils, olive oil, macadamia nuts, a lot of other nuts and seed oils. They're all good for you. But again, the ketogenic diet gets thrown into, you like to eat mayonnaise and bacon, and you're unhealthy. But guess what? It's pure fat. And when you're trying to consume a lot of fats, guess what? It's an easy source of fat. It's a supplemental fat. If you start with sausage or ground beef, you don't have to add as many external supplemental fats. New clients always have that struggle of, where do I get all my fats from? Well, you start with fattier meats in your meals and supplement with macadamia nuts or some healthy oils. And that's what most of them do. And they get into a groove and either, eat an avocado or have 2 or 3 servings of macadamia nuts with dinner, or they drink fat coffee, which is like Kerrygold butter and MCT oil or coconut oil, all healthy fats. And that's how they get the majority of their fats in. And they do that for a considerable amount of time. That's when the hunger loss comes. Right. That's when the energy increase comes. All of the mystical things that come along with doing the ketogenic diet right, getting through the keto fog, getting some keto flu, whatever you want to call it. And then you start waking up earlier, and you start having more energy, and you start being more motivated, and then you start looking better in the mirror, and then one thing leads to the next, to the next, to the next. And then it's my job to keep pushing that, increase your cardiovascular exercise, or how long can you fast, or what's the longest fasting you've ever had. Yeah. There's a lot of benefits to not eating 6 times a day in general. When you can fill up on fats and that satiates you for more than 2 hours, it's a good thing. We should do a live podcast where we just take take some suggestions from the audience if you, I don't mind helping. Yeah.
The reason why I'm making you do is because your perspective is life-changing to the people who have been a part of it.
And that's weird to say and think and hear. I've had many people say you've changed my life.
I mean, big life changes have happened along with just weight loss. I think it's you're like reviving people's self-belief and desire to do more and understand and believe that they can.
Right. Yeah. And
that was like
why aren't you doing this way? I can't. I said, well, why? Yeah. Just you flesh that out a little bit and you kind of press them in a corner. Yeah. No, I think you can. There's no reason you can't run, a marathon. If you want to run a marathon, you don't go running 20 miles. I'm like, okay, we're going to start at this. How fast can you run 2 miles? Okay, let's try to get that time down and then increase the length.
Like yours is like couch to marathon, not couch to 5K.
Yeah, sure. Or couch to losing 100 pounds.
Yeah.
And that sounds crazy, but I know a handful of people that should lose 100 pounds, and if they get snapped the fingers, they will. But they haven't had their aha moment. They haven't had I've had a moment where they're like, okay, I have to start today.
Well, not only that, like if you know that you have 100 pounds to lose, you don't think you can do it. Like you really don't believe that. I mean, I had the aha moment when I got on the scale and I realized I was heavier than I was when I was 9 months pregnant with my 9-pound baby. Right. But I noticed I would need to lose 100 pounds to be what I was at my very best peak in 2015. And I was like, I can't do that. Possible. Like, I'll try to lose 25, and then, but when you said, no, I can totally help you do that. I'm like, are you on crack? Like, what are you talking about?
The other thing is too, not only does it seem impossible, but even if you sit down and you talk to them, they're like, well, it might not be impossible, but it's going to take me 5 years. It took me 10 years to get this heavy. It's going to take me 5 years to get it off. And well, no, if you want to lose 100 pounds in a year, how bad do you want it? We can do that. And realistically speaking, I think it's totally possible. We've done 30 pounds in 30 days. Obviously, you can't do that consecutive months in a row. I mean, 6 months to lose 100 pounds isn't impossible. Is it unrealistic for most people? Sure. But is it impossible? No. So when you explain to people what's possible, if this is possible, and if we just do half of that.
Well, you being like hitched to their wagon to help them do that.
Well, if you're going to be my client, you're not going to fail. I mean, I'm not going to let you. I don't want to say it like that, but I'm not going to let you give up. I'll call you. I'll fucking hunt you down.
Literally. You do.
Well, because you're putting your success in my hands, right?
Right.
You're like, okay, I need this help. Well, sometimes help comes in the form of calling you and saying, hey, why didn't you check in this morning? Sometimes that's help somebody needs. Or I need a day off. Okay, I'll give you a day.
Yeah.
But come fucking Wednesday, you better be checking in. So sometimes a break.
Your shit.
Right. And sometimes a break is what's needed to further progress. That's what I'm here for. That's what I've done. That's what we've done.
Well, and it sounds, that totally makes sense, but it's not available. I don't know any coaches or any programs or anything that has that kind of cutthroat perspective with that accountability that is
the accountability
strict.
I mean, I might be able to get similar results by being a little bit easier, nicer. It's just not my style, but the accountability is what is most important. The accountability of every single day, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10,
it becomes a habit.
Day, and you expect it.
And if you forget and you're running out, oh shit, I have to go. Literally, I run back in my house now.
When you're going to be asked for your scale weight tomorrow morning, you're going to make better decisions today. That's just how it works. It's simple human nature. So we're going to start doing this weekly.
Yeah, weekly, bi-weekly. We'll definitely put 2 to 3 out a month. We want to interview people. We want to interview clients. We want to interview professionals.
Yep, and even people with different perspective. I love it. We may not always agree on how we get the results, but I'm listening to people that disagree with me, give me some sort of help.
An insight.
Perspective change that helps me help my clients. Even if you hate the ketogenic diet, I wouldn't mind hearing from you or, testing our theory. And I'm not afraid of that either. So we'll be looking forward to those kind of conversations in the future.
Yep.
So stay tuned.
And we'll see you next time.
See you guys.